The joy and importance of movement. Okay, I'm just trying to get this to go. Oh. Having a little issue. Oh, here we go. Oh, there. Okay. Sorry about that glitch. Joy and importance of movement. So, why move? Why should we move? Well, one, it's fun. It's totally fun to move the body. We get a lot of joy in ourselves from movement. I mean, look at the body itself. Look at all the, just hold up your hands and just move your wrists, move your fingers, and look at all of the joints, muscle. You don't have to know anything about science to connect with this. And I come at movement not from a scientific space. There's a lot of science out there. You can go and look that up on the internet. I come at movement from the connection to our health and well-being. And when we look at our bodies, they are designed for movement. A lot of us sit still a lot of the time. We have jobs where we're sitting, and our bodies are not designed to do that. They are designed to move. So even if we have those jobs, we still need to focus on that movement. And it's linked to our health because, particularly with physical health conditions, we can eradicate those, or at least minimize or manage, by keeping up the movement. And the earlier you connect with movement in your life, the better your longevity. And then it's a balancing act from there. So we won't necessarily start with one path of exercise or movement activity and stay with that for our whole life. And I've experienced this. I grew up training in dance, and got to a point where, personally for me, performance wasn't giving me the joy, the actual performance of movement and dance, and stepped away from it for a while. I came back to movement when I was really ill and I had cancer, and I'd been given 6 months to live by doctors if I did nothing medically. That was nearly 19 years ago. I did nothing medically and I healed myself holistically. And that's the short version. It was a longer experience than that, and so a longer story than that. But it was a massive movement, was a massive part of my recovery. In fact, one of the first things that happened for me, I got a message internally to start running. I was always someone that had done a lot of walking. I'd never really done any running. Probably a little bit at school as a tiny tot, but not really a runner. And I took up running, and running was the thing that really anchored me the first year I went through my recovery from cancer. I went out every day, I ran. It was a really simple form of movement. I still consider it one of the best forms of movement. It gets a lot of bad press, but the reason it gets a lot of bad press is because it's people's running styles. So if you have an ankle, a knee, a hip out of alignment of your anatomical correctness of your body, yes, there is one, then, and you carry on that running cycle, think it through, you can see you're going to cause an injury. If you check your running, your gait, your stride, you can run your whole life. I stood on the starting line of a park run a few years ago, and I was next to a man who was 92, who was running his first race. So don't give me the ageism. Don't give me the age picture when it comes to movement. And people do, oh, well, it's because I'm this. It's like, sorry, but bollocks, it's not. It might mean that you need to move into movement in a gentler way. It might mean that you don't start with a marathon. It might mean you start with something gentle. And I particularly like in motion movement. I love things like yoga, massive fan of yoga, but personally, my body actually prefers to be in motion. So rather than holding joints in static positions, it likes to be moving them, whether I'm moving fast, whether I'm moving slow, whether I'm moving with load, so weights. It likes that range of motion. So that's why it's so important for health and well-being. So it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, how much money you have, what you have access to, you can start moving today. If you're sitting at your desk, you could start doing wrist and finger exercises. You can lift your feet off the floor and start doing feet circles or little kicks from the knees and the ankles. Really simple, really simple. When you have a break, you can get up and walk for 10 minutes. My lovely partner, when he works at home and has to take a break, or wants to take a break, has to take a break, he will go outside and walk around the garden just to kind of, one, clear his head, he's outside, two, he's in motion. And these are really simple things that you can put in. Add all that up throughout the week, and you start to build up a movement program. You start to build up that health and well-being. You start to build up the cardiovascular benefits. Everything starts to happen positively in your body. People think you've got to do massive workouts and expensive exercise forms and with gear and classes. You don't, unless that's what you want. If that's what you want, great. But you don't. You can keep it really simple. You can go for a walk today in the shoes you already own, in the clothes you already own. You can go 5 minutes in one direction, 5 minutes in the other, and then gradually you build up from there. I think we make it complicated. I'm going to rag on the fitness industry here, but I think the fitness industry makes it complicated. I think it's definitely connecting with what brings you joy. Because one of the biggest questions I've been asked over the years is, what is the best form of exercise? There isn't. The best form of exercise is the one you're going to stick with. And that's the one you enjoy. So give up all the fads and you should do it this way and you should do it that way. And all kinds of, you're following the herd. You do what your body wants to do. And that is the movement that you'll stick with. And that's how you start to build up your movement program. And movement is the first module in our Supercharge Your Life program. So we work on that. We work on it from a clairvoyant perspective. We work on it with creating a movement plan. So this was not what I was going to talk about today. I was going to talk about dance holidays. I was going to talk about the importance of movement. So this is why, well, I might as well link it all together. So this is why you should come on a dance holiday. I call them dance holidays, but they are really movement holidays. But because we are lyrically moving, I use the word dance, but we're not doing anything for Broadway. On the ABBA dance holiday, we are learning a routine, but we're not doing it for Broadway. We're doing it for ourselves, for fun. Movement has different place. So we've got, on the ABBA holiday, we've got dance fitness, because I just love dance fitness. It's fun. It can be silly. It can be anything. We've got some bar strength and conditioning, because we need to load the body so that we work on that bone density. And then we've got learn a routine, which is great for the brain, just for having fun. So if you're interested in coming on the ABBA holiday, DM me the word ABBA. If you're interested in the Supercharge Your Life program, DM me the word super. Have a great day.